Hello, everybody. As we're getting loaded on in here, welcome to Control, a game that was gotten for me over Christmas, but yeah, figured I would hold off a little bit on starting off. All right. Already looks very sick. Invert aim. I think we're fine. Left adjust camera and right moves the character. I appreciate they have the option to do that, but hi, Miss Voiceless. All right. We're doing this. Absolutely make sure there's subtitles. We're going to turn the brightness up slightly.
Yeah.
Enemies will try to flush you out of cover using grenades. Look for the grenade indicator and move to a safe distance. Okay.
This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped.
Kato,
You called me,
leave the mail lady
so
alone.
here I am.
Kato?
Hi, Anaya.
I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall.
Federal
We
Bureau of
stare at it
Control.
and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie.
Director Zachariah Trench.
The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster.
Autumn, it's you.
And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw.
I'm kidding, mostly.
I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
First off, game looks beautiful. I am, however, going to tinker with the audio just slightly. Okay, so it's already all the way up. Gonna tinker with the audio slightly. Everything's at 100%. Is that Okay.
Here?
It me. Alright, so I can move, I can adjust the camera. I've not played it, but this is giving me some Last of Us vibes as far as like graphical fidelity and like third person perspective. I really want to know what that says because it is very short, but I don't think I can look into... Oh, I can! Hang on, hang on. Final warning. Do not bring classified documents beyond the executive security desk or you'll be terminated. Oh, you can look at this shit. Oh, I love it. Hang on. The Bureau. The archive. Common. Okay. Anything on the Rolodex? Anything interesting? Ted Brigg. I'm not going to remember Ted Brigg 308. Correspondence. Prohibited items reminder. Certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issue reminder on prohibited materials. Unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smart devices. Anything smart. And number 2, pencils, interestingly. Any object considered iconic representation of an archetypal concept. All material under Bureau investigation to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your... But what about a suit, though? Doesn't the suit on your own back count? Anyways. Maybe that's why our, you know, your girl Jessie is so smartly dressed, but not in a suit. It wants me to sprint past here, but Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Our Bureau at work. And this is the director, Zachariah... Is it French? Zachariah Trench.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
Med kits in the bathroom. I don't expect to have to use that, but it's useful to know that this place is compliant and has a med kit in the bathroom. Can't get into that office at all. I feel like I could wind up and just punch the glass on any of these, but maybe that's not a smart idea. Federal Bureau of Control. This is the old style tape deck. Security order. Attention all blank. Heavily redacted. A shark in his blank, although secure. Permission to, following basic protocol, shoot to kill. Good luck. So shoot sharks if they breach containment. Okay. There's someone there. Federal Bureau of Control. Hello, as you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. Still waiting them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request form R4E. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. They are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Ms. Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland, as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. I live for the lore shit. You're gonna be reading a lot if you're going for every not fair, every note fair warning.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, then you're relevant. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Isn't Helvete just like... Isn't that Swedish or something? Oh, elevator. Nope. Elevator. Wait a minute. How did we loop around? Or is this another entrance? Yeah, it's another entrance. There was no elevator. Oh, maybe I shouldn't go over in the elevator then.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Bureau expenditures. Ooh, strange collection. 4 out of 40. All right. So major expenditures, staffing, surveillance, probably containment, data center initiative, construction, probably paying out of the dead and deceased, office equipment, janitorial cost, blah, molds removal, and HQ livability costs. For cost breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5. For 5-year comparison, see page 9. Compiled by FPC Accounting by order of Director Zachariah Trench. Okay. Was I able to go in this office before? Multiple containment breaches detected. Multiple building shifts detected. Internal lockdown in effect. Building lockdown in effect. Head of research override. HRA protocol initiated. That seems like a bad thing. Visitor evaluations. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control. Established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen government relations. We're proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How'd you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and they'll need to leave. If their answers seem alien, escort them to a private room, there before the gunner's psychological assessment. If the responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet, then contain immediately. There's no such thing as too suspicious. Are we anomalous? Is that why we're here? Doors locked behind us. Alright. Oh, I forgot to check. Nope, just a briefcase. Okay. Let's go to the elevator. Like that kind gentleman told me to do.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Starring Courtney Hope. Lead producer Hua. I didn't get to read the last name, but okay. Nothing wild has happened yet. I was looking around at items. I literally just got in the elevator. Oh, okay. This is seeming pretty wild. Control.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Approved terminology reminder. While pending any notifications of death related to the Will AWE, please adhere to the following guidelines. Words or phrases to use in the service of his or her country, regret, proud, pride, or will be remembered. Words or phrases to avoid. Alaska, scissors, blood, loss, or apologies. Seek shelter, Klaxon. Mostly looking for things to pick up. Did that just move? Central executive. That's locked. Oh, there's a thing. I'm glad you can spot these things from really far off. Trench, do not disturb. Barbara, I'm not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day, for the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Unofficial correspondence? Well, there's a bang. Okay.
You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
How do I know? Are the triangles talking to me? Only the director can wield the gun. Your application will be processed.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Only the director can bind the service weapon and live or die. You must choose to be the chosen one.
Where am I?
So this is a job application not to be a janitor's assistant, but the director? There's the pyramid. Bubblegum Polaroid. All or none of the above. Whoa, okay. I was just messing with buttons. I can do that. So service weapon has many forms, like the house or prison you occupy. melee, huh?
The same gun.
Control the gun or house. Choose to be chosen.
Okay. Now I have a gun.
Oh, it autofills. That's good. Is it the gun talking to me, or is it the pyramid? Okay. So far, not too bad. Enemies drop health elements. Collect them to restore health. We wield the gun. You wield the gun, we wield you. The board invites you. Congratulations, director.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here.
That was a hell of an
Things are
outline.
quiet down outside. Is it safe to go?
Huh. Not safe. Okay. Good to know.
You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You. Thank you. That was horror. Fuck away.
Hiss guards. The Bureau's had many internal security personnel. The Hiss was quick to take advantage of this fact. Hiss guards use bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption. Only armored guards carry pump-action shotguns. No observed paranatural abilities, with the exception that certain Hiss guards are protected by a shielding of dense Hiss resonance. Okay, Hiss is something that they're saying a lot. What the fuck is Hiss? I mean, I'll be real. The playing the game part seems fun so far. As far as the making sense part that Anaya is mentioning, I don't know about that. Material, undefined reading. You do not have a clearance level. Further into the Bureau. Further implies... Well, no. Euclidean geometry does not have to apply here. We can go back, and that's still forward. Maybe.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guide us. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
To be fair, these guys have not great aim, seems like. Nope. The haze is protecting him, scaring my vision. So... It's like, how many people are possessing the protag here? Because I'm leaning towards the player, this gun / the pyramid, and wherever the fuck the hiss is. That seems accurate.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power.
That's me.
Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
Undefined reading. Clearance level 3. Shelter. I'm guessing this is the safe room. Altered World Event Investigations. Checked out the suspected awe in Duluth. Wasn't anything. Just like the house fire before this and the malfunctioning clothes drive before that. My team's getting pretty sick of duds. Need to find a better way to sort the fakes from the real ones. We need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we're en route to Sherman Ranch, next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Weapon mod. Weapon armor damage. And the other thing I picked up was energy recovery speed. Okay. Huh. Let's keep that open. Central Executive.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy.
Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain things informed by our own blood and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially induced in popular culture using Something, our Bureau-made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore, AWEs that only occur on blank, a pair of scissors that consume human blank through two punctures on the blank. These details living in the mind so many have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen.
Contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
So y'all are being possessed by an earworm. I read you. So we have two major things at play here. Altered world events, which have been a lot, and people making SCPs and objects of power, as well as the hiss, which seems to be some kind of supernatural, insidious infection or force. Oh, this is the pyramid. Or is it just a pyramid? Ranger second class Pulaski. Ow. Lit his ass up, Jesus.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it. Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
How did they know?
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. Like the sound of poison gas leaking.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Glad someone recognizes it.
Shot. I found his body. And the gun.
Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown, before you became the new director. How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet.
A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
What were
Hope.
What were they before?
I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of.
You're a part of it now too.
I can try.
I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
But first, control points. Oh, it's gonna explain it. Nice. They are locations that the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point in whatever arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by some kind of detection of an unobstructed ping using the blank within its 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctures, or nodes, or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. I guess the Bureau is called the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the house refuse to be controlled. Their options were probably kill everyone or just die. Yeah, that's probably legit. Also, the fact I can't pull the gun out anymore. Cleanse the hiss corrupted agent.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hedron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. A few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench. The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the Hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader.
You are now.
Why am I here?
Sometimes you land ass first into
I
it.
think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the Hiss destroy it all.
That is... How that melds into things is very creepy and very cool.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions.
Yes, please.
The hotline should be in the communications department.
Oh god, there's so much to know. Thank God.
Where did the Hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the Hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The Hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the Hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily. You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention. Unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't. Which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay.
That's one of those things where it's like the, what's it called? The John Constantine house. I forget the exact name, but hard to find. Can only summon it by willing it, knowing the correct magic word, that sort of thing.
This Trench guy, keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I'd need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the pure utilitarian sense.
That was a lot.
Got it?
Did she memorize this?
House of Mystery.
Got it.
So I actually got it, but I'm going to use an analogy. So objects of power is like, if you're thinking in terms of radioactive energy, the difference between something being radioactive versus irradiated. So an altered object is irradiated in that it has been touched by the void, but it does not emanate it itself, versus an object of power, which is anomalous to the effect that it emanates this radiation, we'll call it. So that's what I take from that, if that helps anyone.
So HRA
Excuse me.
stop you from becoming a hiss.
It seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. And each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. And his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
All right, well, thank you, especially with the object of power. A grasp of the basics is helpful.
I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
And how fitting that we were at least at one head of the table as the director. Undefined reading. Conceptual material. So I still don't have any clearance level. Yeah, they purposely put Emily there as like our salvation in all the lore. Toggle map. Oh, look at that! Look at that mini map. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank fucking Christ. We have a map. We know shit. Oh. Okay, so we're looking for the communications department. So it's apparently still a part of this section. I am going to I should actually be reading the directive signs. So the director's office is where we came from. It's not executive affairs. It's not really where we want to go. Still don't have clearance at all. Clearance level 3. Is this it? It's a jukebox. That must be an object of power if they've got it contained. Alright. Enter the communications department to find the hotline. Sector elevator. Let's try that. Nope. Not allowed. Oh, right here. Yeah, okay. Dead letters.
There it is again. A welcome message.
Undefined reading. Level 5. Okay. Let me damage to get some armor. I've been hitting headshots pretty well, so I'm gonna slap that on. We're also outside of the quote-unquote safe area. There we go. Alright, so this button swaps shoulders. Hello. Achievement unlocked. Welcome to the oldest house. I don't know what I did to deserve that achievement, but okay. House memory. Travel costs. Visited the Nevada accommodations, Desert Sun Inn, Big Sky Motel, Starlight Motel, In and Out, Aztec Court, Sleep E-Bear, Silver Spurs Ranch, El Gato, Blanco Inn, and A Plus Lodge. I actually know about some of these, but accommodations, meals, gasoline, a mini bar. The boys' research said performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. Okay. Wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state, but hey, I guess I'm not paid to think. I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Riley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. So there's some kind of anomalous place called the Ocean View that agents are looking for. One thing I do love is that just like a revolver, you can actually fan the hammer. Okay, let's see. Darling presentations and FVC recordings. Hiss barrier. Physical impediment. Destroy multiple things. Destroy the hiss entity. So it's just the barrier itself is just the thing I noted that makes it hard to see. Objects of power. When bound, it allows para-utilitarians to blah. The object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of director. The object will determine whether the director is worthy. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the board, though their criterion is unknown. The object was discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis is that the gun changes many forms throughout, has taken many forms throughout history, often taking the form most suited to the wielder. Mjolnir, Excalibur, Von Straw, all weapons that empowered or were used by their signature of their wielders, perhaps. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. Okay. Welcome to communications. Dead letters. Is another control point imminent? Health recovery. And I was gonna say, we could have had Mjolnir, and instead we have the gun. Give me Mjolnir. I would have loved to have Mjolnir. But it's practical enough to be like, now this is what Jesse's vibing with. Control point cleansed. To gain fast travel sites, that's right.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched 3 dozen pencils. And once, we can launch a cup.
Wow. Riveting. But yeah, they're avoiding modern technology, I guess. Thanks, darling. Oh, an in-thing map of the executive sector. 8 is the hotline chamber. So I need to get all the way to that circular room.
Communications. We're on the right track.
On the right track, but my knowledge of the map says that we're taking a very roundabout path. About to be expected, of course. Pneumatics. The mail room. Okay.
An object of power. Looks like the pulse had latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Get there. The floppy disk / nuke can be bound to gain launch or telekinesis. Teach us to believe, Director.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in Bureau Seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings?
Harder to hear you.
I'm no one's director.
So the voice in your head is different from these people, apparently. Oh, that's fucking sick. Okay. Yeet. Well, they made this game about like a million times more fun already. The hiss is burrowing into our astral plane. You must stop/mute them, director. The floppy disk is now bound/delivered. The hiss/antagonist is seeking our astral plane.
You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
Fuck yes. Oh. We good? Do I have a fucking security clearance yet? No. I guess fucking not. I could do literal telekinesis. Hiss Ranger and Hiss Demolition Expert. Rangers are well-trained, well-armed expeditionary force. Oh yeah, the other guy was Second Ranger. And now we can get through there. But first... it wouldn't be good if I left my people in here possibly hanging. Book Club! Notes for Penny. So I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was alright. The title, unless you could refer to a bunch of things in the book, but I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way the characters kept throwing it around almost like a catchphrase, got it real annoying real fast. Yeah, I haven't been given security clearance at all yet. Maybe that just happens later. I don't know. That's part of the story of space battles. If I had to choose between some hoity-toity flowers and gun space hippies or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on a Sunday, I know who I'm picking. The scene where they invade City Planet and convert the entire population using those brain worms, and that space dogfight between the two ace pilots, sign me the fuck up. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by a gravitational anomaly. His death did not feel necessary at all.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Tomasi, Willow, AWE. National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. You know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns make the public much less likely to suspect something anomalous. So another AWE behind us, and the public's none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. Doesn't mean you can stop monitoring blank and blank for any offensive opinions, but it looks like we're in the clear. Tomasi out. There we go.
Locked. Maybe there's a key nearby.
Clearance level 1, baby.
They can fly now. Great.
Got it. Ah, dicks. Surprisingly fun. Probably could have done the strategy a lot better, because that early hit on me did a fucking lot.
They can fly now. Great.
Ow, what the fuck? Jesus fucking Christ, what are you hurling at me, bro? Oh. Well.
I have a feeling he'll be back. Let's stay focused. The hotline should be past the mail road.
Alright, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy
Alberto Tomasi, head of comms.
in the hands of a foreign power.
The hiss got him.
Personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the amount of ones are selling involved, like gambling battles and stupid boyfriend. No local doctors examine them first. Honestly, when the odds are going to show up inside a U.S. embassy. Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
Yes. You told me to. Alright, we're just going to take a quick peek around this area, and then we'll... Open sesame.
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other contact with historical phenomena. Today, a friend of the show, Dr. Thanks. This is something I experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's Suspicion Column. I was in room 47. The night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed. Inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. The body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below him. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room. There you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember who listeners, when no one else believes you. America Overnight.
Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to shoot that. Somewhere along the line, things went weird. No one was sure how it happened, whether it was something caused by someone or something, or if it just happened by itself. A lot of stories, everyone had a theory about it happened. Strange golden space helmet that someone had found. Secret research project to replicate and manufacture those helmets. It said the helmet opened a way to another place, different from this one. But whether that other was actually a place or just something that came over you when you're wearing the helmet, no one knew. Not even the scientists in charge of the project. In any case, or so the myth went, the helmets or the people trying them on brought the other closer here, and the things got weird. Things that people had learned take for granted, like technology and physics and religions and time and stuff, just stopped working like they used to, stopped altogether, or became something different. There were a lot of accidents and terrible catastrophes at first, and most people died and disappeared. And in some places it rained flowers and in others blood. And sometimes the other was very close and everything rippled and warped as something big and the other passed close by. Sometimes it was even almost like the old times. In time, people adjusted and adapted and learned to use the new things and laws to fix some of the old. But mostly, as time went by, people just forgot that things had ever been different, and the weird became normal. Everyone, at least everyone who believed in the myth, thought that the golden helmets and those who wore them were bad. And they seemed to have a point, for those in the golden helmets, even while they were hardly ever seen anymore, were often on those rare occasions doing bad things. Luckily, the other gave many of those people strange abilities, and a few heroes rose and fought the bad things. There were lots of bad things and lots of good things as well, but now, even more than before the other, things were ambiguous and never simple or clear, and people rarely could tell the good from the bad. In any case, things went on, and it was almost never boring. Who wrote this? Report to Dr. Darling. This feels like lore of the game. That sounds awful. Someone should get that radio fixed. Marshall, lockdown conditions. Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I explained this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered events that lock one or all sectors by restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking staff in their sector until the emergency is handled. They can only be lifted by the directorial override and maintenance once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. External lockdowns are a bigger deal, nothing in or out of the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red containment breach based on some complicated system that security and research slap together. It can only be lifted once A, the threat has been neutralized, and a high clearance individual gives the system the all clear. This process is not the same as the directorial override, so stop staying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell. I've told Darling 100 times to change it, but they're adamant it stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. Just make sure our staff knows how this mess works. What the fuck is all that? Okay. As I thought, it's now okay to go in there. Shit hurts. But yeah, no, I know we'll have to come through when everything's said and done to try and explore every area, find every thing, because we don't have, I'm guessing, all the abilities yet, or even all the clearances. So when you use sealing foam to just keep that out entirely. Hotline chamber. Butte supplement. According to their testimony, the agents have been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino and discovered a room key by performing a ritual. File MOT-01. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which only they learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearance of the home's owner and the other locals of Butte have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Hotel is now seen to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butte home have been appearing throughout the oldest house. At time of writing, some number of cords have been found in the oldest house, located in blank and Blake sectors. They all access the Ocean View Motel, though how exactly this link operates is unclear, but initial hypotheses center on the Butte AWE as something. And this is the disc that we found that gives us the launch ability. And hotline security log. All visitors must check in. Director Trench, Bill Everett custodian. So it's just a lot of Director Trench. Let's see the actual timeline. So aside from, there's three main actors: Trench, Bill Everett, who's not who we heard of as the custodian who let us in, and Carol Bishop. So a week, 5 days, 2 days, a week, about a week, couple days, another week, 5 days, and then again with a custodian, a few days, longer, and then 2 weeks. Hard to tell what current day is, or if we'll see a sign-in magically appear.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream logic. The light switch cord. Door marked with a black pyramid.
The hotline is designed for director use only. Disregard of this policy may result in fatal psychic trauma. Catalyst light switch. The law of three applies. Okay, so I was supposed to pull it 3 times. Do I have to collect that same stuff again, or is it fine? Like, do I have all that already? I have the lockdown distinctions. Okay. Alright, well that was fun. Oh. Butte summary. A spate of disappearances were traced to a home. Your agents arrived. Home of local celebrity. Connected to disappearances. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. He disappeared. Both were discovered at the oldest house, found a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. The light switch cord in the Butte's home closet disappeared during the incident. back again. I can hear the ringing.
Have we been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country, on the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream.
Hello? Anyone here?
The rule of threes applies.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
There we go. The hotline Seashell is a transmitter/bridge. The directors can call the board/long distance. Complete the astral plane challenge. Okay. Something's rumbling. The hotline will allow you to contact extra-dimensional entities. Fell through reality. Nice. Hi, Pepega. Okay, what was I intended to do there? Was I supposed to just run past? Was I supposed to blow him up, like... Watch for grenade warning. You sprint to escape the blast. Yeah, it's not really what I'm looking on guidance for at the moment, game, but okay. This game was so frustrating. I mean, I'm getting into it as far as, like... The game itself is interesting. It's just... There's a lot of shit that kind of casually goes unexplained. If there's a way to kill these things, it has not been made abundantly clear, because I tried shooting them, I tried launching at them, and neither quite worked, so I guess I'm just intent to run past. Well done and well dialed, director. You can contact us/past sales in the hotline/compulsive menu. We expect compulsive/weekly calls.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily. People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
Ah. The director's office had a direct line. To all executive staff, I know there's some concern regarding our operations exceeding the annual budget. As long as we operate within the oldest house, we are obscured from scrutiny in many respects. If our budget demands are not exorbitant to the point of drawing attention, then they will be granted by the U.S. Treasury without question. The FBC is just another line in another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. Their eyes will skip over us as if we weren't even there. The nature of the oldest house allows us certain freedoms in how we operate. Our being here is no accident. Body's gone. Can't help but notice that. We also have... Wasn't there at least one security level 1 room here? Yeah. Agent Death. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Potts, I regret to inform you that your son, Graham Potts, was killed in active duty this past week. While the details surrounding his death are classified, I am honored to tell you that he died in the service of his country. You can be proud of his courage in the face of danger and his commitment to protecting our nation against our enemies. He will be remembered by his comrades and colleagues. I sincerely regret the pain this message will bring you. Take some solace in knowing that his sacrifice helped protect the country you love so much. His effects will be returned to you with all speed. Howard J. Murray, Deputy Chief of Communications. Delays caused by house shifts do not count towards overtime. Spinning out of control, yes. Acoustic guitar for sale. Food left for refrigerator break has been known to vanish. Planned accordingly. Your first aiders are these people. Office rules of conduct: speak in moderate volume, no personal calls, no food or drink around documents or in the copy room, no using the photocopier for personal projects, or the 3D printer, or the bureau stationery, or access badge at all times, no discussing confidential projects out loud. The one to finish the copy pot makes a new one. Okay. So it's interesting because we picked up the other thing, which is like, you know, keywords to use versus keywords to not, and hits all those points. Included it's level 4. I'm a compulsive hoarder when it comes to these things, so. However, oh, some of these I should be able to read now. Right? Oh, these are... Well, they're code material. Maybe they're used to make something later. Technological restrictions. The oldest house imposed certain limitations on our bureau, but the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. It does not allow devices that receive or emit any, we're going to say either electric or EMP signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals, and even those are often unreliable. If the power of collective unconsciousness is taken into account, it could be certain that these technologies are too new in the cultural consciousness for the oldest house to understand them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving at too fast a pace for the effect to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Control agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets when entering the oldest house. Okay. United States of America Federal Bureau of Control, Department of Unhuman Affairs. Seems like a blueprint of some description. Or a floor map. God, the radios sound terrible. Your computer literally exploded? Shifted bathroom. I know you can't control building shifts, but the executive level restrooms have been missing for weeks now. Worked my ass off in the Islamabad station for 3 years. Earned the right for a decent workplace shitter. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went. Power supply popped again. Yo, you might need to be looking at that motherboard, dude. I would be complaining to them for sure, like, hey, you didn't... Can you make sure this shit is actually fixed, please?
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry, you made it. I'm glad.
Emily? Let's talk.
Initial impressions. Initial encounters with the entity known as the Hiss have revealed various behavioral facts, able to invade or corrupt control points, altered items. Oh, this is Emily's compilation and by order of me. But curiously, any person wearing one of the HRAs that Dr. Darling distributed is not affected by the corruption. Only exception is the new director, Jesse Faden, who possesses inherent immunity to the Hiss. This could indicate that she has already been corrupted, but her behavior is so in contrast to the other Hiss. I have dismissed the theory. My final observation comes from Ms. Faden herself. She's able to cleanse material and organisms of the Hiss corruption, test this ability on the host corrupted entity, or Hiss corrupted entity, but unfortunately the process seems to kill the host. Perhaps the host's physiology becomes reliant on the Hiss. More work to be done.
Of course.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown.
Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the Hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself.
Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
Whoa. Hello. That's an impressive shot. Also, hi, Mal. Open loadout. Exclusive to Shatter. Upgrade and unlock new abilities from the newest control point.
Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
And board countermeasures.
Singing. Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
Bullshit. I've never recorded any distance over 5.
Obviously, you never read the P6 data.
Astral constructs. Interesting. Okay. Weapon forms construct shatter. High stopping power, scatter shot, source. Okay. And abilities. Utilitarian. Unlock weapon form slot. Board countermeasures. Using charge, kill enemies in the sector. Kill enemies in the executive sector with headshots. Rewards. These are all offered mods. Surface weapon in shatter mode. Kill his rangers. Service weapon in charge mode. I don't think I have that, unless it's the standard mode. No, it's grip, not charge. His rangers. Might as well accept it with the headshots.
Time to work. Meet me in the maintenance.
Okay, Adi.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face.
Bullets are effective against health, but telekinetic abilities are stronger against enemy armor. Okay. Well, I did just increase telekinetic force by... It's either 50% or 75% if it's compounding, but I think it's just 50%.
The maintenance sector is the janitor domain. If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override. Maybe it was you who got me into the oldest house with the lockdown on. Maybe it was Ahti. It felt like he made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office. Is Ahti guiding me too?
Okay, it's 2. Janitor's office.
The directorial override is right there, in the control room. How do we get there?
You must vent, Gregory. Janitor's office, this way. There's a lot to hear. Yeet. Well, that was me kind of going into a poor tactical scenario, I'll say. It's very interesting. The loading screens look like blood clotting sort of thing on a petri dish. Launch efficiency. Oh, and war games. Kill enemies in the executives. Oh, it's executive sector with headshots. Upgrade grip or construct shatter. New weapon form. Oh, that's shotgun style, isn't it? Oh, that's sick. Okay. Shatter projectile boost. Seems good. God, that's so cool. I wish Anaya was here to see this. High stopping power is right. Hell yes. That seems... I feel like I remember if I touch that, it kills me, so...
What's down that way?
Well done. You got the job. It's place for congratulations. Yippee, saatana. It happened in the last drop. I truly need an assistant.
Funny thing is, I've been a janitor. I'm more at home in that role than as the director. Only Ahti here seems to see that.
Yeah, hi, Ahti. Look, we need to get the lockdown lifted, otherwise I can't get to the other sectors. Can you help me get to the override?
Yes, yes. Easy peasy. It's just around the corner. But first, we need to get you working. Very small, couple of hours job.
Something tells me it's gonna be more than that.
Jaha. You think there's a dog buried in this? I can tell you are not yesterday's Krause's son. That's why you'll make a great assistant. Very well. I'll hit the facts on the table. Amagna sanoo perkele suoraan, that this house has a vermin problem. A bad one. They've already messed up the cooling pumps. And the power generators of a power plant, perkele. And the pensioner inside is starting to feel the band around his head tighten. The situation needs to be fixed before the plant blows up. And we all disappear like a fart in Sahara.
Trying my best to keep up with this.
I got it.
It's the coolant pumps and the power generators, otherwise the power plant will blow.
But don't you worry. I've left you clear instructions. You'll catch the end of the trip before I go to my vacation. The work's on the task board here. You can do later, when you have time.
Vacation? Right.
Yes, no one's gonna cancel my holiday or seat's gonna rattle. But don't worry at all. You'll take care of it, and soon this crisis gonna be last winter's snow. You better go now, so you don't have to run with your head as your third leg. The door in the back leads to the plant.
Security clearance 2, yay!
That's great. Thank you, Ati.
What a mess. Burn the trash. Burn the trash around.
Grass. Throw it in the fire. Burn it all. Burn it into a ring. Okay.
I feel like the furnace room is what we saw. Also, Anaya, we got a new form for gun. So this is the regular service pistol called Grip.
What happens again if that thing blows up?
Power. Explosion. Too much. Director's duty. Keep the lights on.
So this is... You saw how the gun was like alive. I'm trying to... There we go. It's a simple press, not a hold. Aside from the spinning animations, this is single shot. This is shotgun. A merry chase. An object of power escaped the Panopticon a couple weeks ago, and they want everyone to keep an eye for it. If anyone sees a merry-go-round horse zipping around, alert me immediately. Do not try to contain it around. Definitely don't bind it to yourself. Oh, I'm gonna bind that horse. Investigate the strange light in the break room. Hold up. Yeah, so at least the gun modes, you can quick swap them with, for me it's X, so. Like that. So there's a strange light around here somewhere, eh? Threshold remnants. Can I not play this tape? Guess not. Guess it was just the chest. You guys like cartoons?
What are you drawing? I'm drawing a dog! I'm drawing the pyramid. The what?
Topher. Is that Toby? Is that meant to be your little brother? Oh, that was certainly a strange... Light!
Ugh, this place makes me nauseous.
Trust me when I say that genuinely scared me.
How do you think it got down here? A carousel horse. Why is kid stuff always so creepy?
The horse/choo-choo allows you to dash and evade. Prove or escape yourself. Hell yeah, dude. Oh. Well. I thought when it said immune to Jesse's attacks, we could, like, I don't know. Push him off.
Let's see the Hess keep up with me now.
I like how this is optional. We didn't have to do this. And an ability point received. The game does seem pretty bad at explaining things. Alright, we still, I don't think we're at the furnace room yet. You can take a coffee break if you want. I just fixed that shit. That's cool. It's a cool animation. Alright. Back down the elevator. It's a fun game. It just doesn't make sense. That's fair. Alright, let's see what we got here. You good? Hey, you're wearing the thing!
Hey, are you new? Then go talk with Chief Arish in the security booth. He's in charge here.
Ma'am! Hey! Chief Arish, FBC Security. Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
I am the safe room.
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
My name is Jessie Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Hang on, you're the director. It's a pleasure. Ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Right. Phaeton. Look, as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies hasn't reckoned the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. You know, the big rumbling metal thing. Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. So what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling? He's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. He smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? That's catchy. Listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
He sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
Try to stay alive.
So I have a feeling that my managerial crew is going to be the juniors of everyone else, and we're going to have to deal with...
I just wanted to make sure.
We're dealing with all the juniors. Shifting positions. Don't know what that means. Got your message. You have someone in the sector is asking about Ahti. Tell him you'll handle it and leave it at that. Under no circumstances should any personnel intervene with his day-to-day routine. I told you everything I know about him, so you should better deal with his odd habits. But yes, it's still very much a classified matter. Also, I saw your report about the quarry worker who wandered into the Foundation. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before we decide on our next steps. Cheers, Lynn. Lynn Salvador. In case you hadn't noticed, something is up between Trench and Darling. I know this isn't your strong suit, but try your best to stay out of it. Okay. Could do energy. And astral constructs. Construct spin. Spin sounds like a machine gun to me. Okay. Shatter. Kill enemies within shatter. I'll take that. Charge, don't have charge. Executive sector, eh. I think I'll need to go back to the executive sector soon and try and clear some of these war games, whatever, optional astral projections. This is the power plant. Christ on a cracker. Okay. Energy converters. At least things are helpfully labeled. Other shoulder, please. Thank you. Cleanse, please. Oh. Collect the reward. Don't abandon it. Kill enemies without dying. 50. Okay. I will try. So I just heard something about replacing the parts. There we go.
It's fried up. You need to fix it before the old Vic Bats inside the plant has a shit fit.
A good defense. Investigate the training course. A safe in the field training obstacle course. Home safe tests. The safe object of power can produce a barrier using objects or material from its immediate vicinity. Bureau Rangers were given permission to employ heavy weaponry against a parautilitarian bound to this object in order to gauge its durability. They velocity ammunition were tested with blank results. Testing will continue after blank. The safe object of power is clearly a viable candidate for use in combat response scenarios. Allowing parautilitarians to participate in altered engagements would be an advantage worth considering. Have a drink! More threshold remnants. Those are the power cubes I saw previously. Oh, I see. Right here. Is there another one needed on the other side? Or maybe higher up? Another batch of cubes here. Okay. We've got power. It's not really safe to be around these things, but it's fine. Electricity level is fine, water level is not. Upcoming game reminder. Next game is Wednesday at 8. Hazard owes me $20. Arish still on a fucking winning streak. Someone please figure out his cheating. Thompson suspended for a game because of that shady dealing incident. Guy, I owe you $60. I brought beers last time, so hopefully it's Steps and Stall's turn. Remus. Okay. So I feel like we're on one side of the corridor, and we'll only get access into that room once both sides are fixed. Let's just try floor 3 of Blackrock Quarry. Level 5. Something is on the other side, though. Something I'm being guided towards. Also level 5. Okay. We're meant to come back here later. A fair amount later, looks like. First floor, then. Okay. Coolant pumps are done. Or, sorry, energy converters are done. Coolant pumps are what's needed. It's gotta be on another wing of this thing then. To the coolant pumps. And we'll also see about the furnace chamber, because that is a job we do need to do. About to say, what the fuck were those things? Living bombs seems to be the answer. Okay. Whoa! That certainly surprised me. Also, what a that would have been a very bullshit way to die. Holy crap. I guess we'll just go straight to the cooling pumps. If we manage to find the furnace room, so be it. If not, oh well. You're almost there. What will you do, Dork? Will you hang up your hat? No. Why am I not surprised? Control point cleanse. Let's see about dealing with the furnace.
My name is Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself, right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording be the proof I need to convince them. The furnace can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now. Listen. Did you hear that? It's a sentient force, capable of communicating. I checked, and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe that... Oh, sorry. What? Yes, I can feed you. What do you eat? I see. I'll try to find some volunteers.
What counts as trash, precisely? And why does it not seem to be counting up? Is this trash?
Did Ati need barrels full of hazardous biological material? Looks like they're breaking some environmental regulations on waste disposal, but if that's what Ati wants...
Okay. Sure. Hi. See, at least I understood this game well enough to know that if the progress bar isn't filling up with what I'm doing, then I'm probably doing something wrong. Mail tube complaint. The counterpart still says they haven't received my expense report, says the receipts probably got lost in the mail tubes, some fuckery like that. Such bullshit. Why do we even have these fucking tubes? They just spit our mail out in some other goddamn dimension. Just venting here before I make a formal complaint. Now, I don't feel confident to just, like, pass this up to myself without possibly breaking open a volatile waste container. So, yeah. Though maybe I should try. Well, certainly makes my job faster, if nothing else. I don't see any more barrels. Aha. Probably can dash over there from the catwalk. No? Hang on, let me try getting on this thing. Oh, that was close. I feel like this is something that's not intended to be done, but I'm going to try for it anyways. Ooh. That was a long fall. Thankfully, I didn't hurt myself. Here, I'll give this 2 more tries before I'm just like, you know what, maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe this side will work better? Yep. When you did the boop earlier, you literally just like a second later got a call to pick up your car. I've been there. Alright. We're off to go fix the cooling pumps.
Just hold together a little longer.
City. Fix it fast. If the plant goes boom, we can throw the spoon.
Yeah. It's constantly tracking achievements and showing me which actions are good for achievements, so I think you're right on there. Okay, so that cube has to go somewhere in the immediate vicinity, perhaps. This one we just fixed. Okay, I see one that needs fixing up there. That's a second coolant pump, which means we're also going to get enemies swarming after us. Clog complaint. That gross blockage from the water system's back. What is it? Where does it come from? Why the hell's Yachty keep yelling nonsense at it? He acts like it can understand him. Of course, he acts like we can understand him too, so I guess that's just his brand of crazy. Gonna try out a new maximum strength drain cleaner. So that's one. That's two. Is the other one over here somewhere? I see a collection of cubes over here.
Shit. What now?
My old enemy, the Glock, is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that shit. He is very clever. He's trying to sneak in. We got him caught with his hand in the fish trap. Get rid of him.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
We good?
We need to fix this thing ASAP. Let's go lift the lockdown.
Gotcha. The bigger the object you throw, the... Yeah, I can't take the minigun. The next gun form upgrade, though, will... Based on the fact that it's called Spin, when the first two were Grip and Scatter, I'm hoping my next gun form that I unlock is a machine gun. I'm sorry, ma'am. I tried very hard to keep you safe. Let me check on your boy before I just blow past him.
Blockages, pipe C through F. Is the clock back? When the converters and coolant pumps are working again, we should be able to get this baby back down to a safe temperature. Oh,
What do you know about the hiss?
not much. Only what I've seen. Well, they use the same tactics that Marshall and Salvador taught us, which makes me think that the hiss haven't completely erased the people inside, which is a pretty fucking horrible thought. Or they're just using whatever they find in their victims' heads. In any case, they are really eager to get inside the power plant.
Why do you think that is?
Shit, I don't know. Want to make my life harder?
What do you do here, Arish?
Security chief of the maintenance sector. I make sure all the weird shit down here doesn't bother anyone else, Cruz. Learned everything I know from Salvador. The best security agent this bureau has ever seen.
And you like your job?
I love it. You know, everyone thinks that maintenance is the lowest rung on the ladder just because we fix pipes instead of writing memos, but I gotta be honest. These are the bravest people in the goddamn building. Proud to work with them.
I've done a few odd jobs with these kind of folks. They say what they mean. I like that.
What exactly is the power plant?
How to know it generates all the electricity for the bureau, and it's got two very simple rules. Rule 1, keep it below a certain temperature. Rule 2, don't ever, ever open it. Oh, and 3, it's classified, so I shouldn't ask.
Sounds like secrets are standard operating procedure around here.
Oh, yeah. It's all part of the job.
What do you know about the service?
Not much. I think it's director only. Salvador told me by the time he saw Trench use it. Sounds like that gun can do some serious damage. Yeah, I did see pictures of it once, though, and it looks different to that thing you're carrying. You monitor something? It's new.
Is new a good thing?
Given the circumstances, I'd say new is our best bet.
Do you know this Ati guy?
Of course. He's my favorite coffee break buddy. Dude has got some crazy stories. He probably knows more than anyone else around here. You can make sense of what he's saying.
Any idea where he's from?
I'm guessing Sweden.
He's from where he's from. But there are just some stones that are better left unturned, you know?
I should be going.
Right. You got a lockdown to lift.
Alright, should be in the control room. Look at the triple payout for Dork over here. Oh, but you overshot 69. Do it over. Sorry, man. I don't make the rules. Be really fucked up if I actually I do have that power. Do you want me to nix you not 1,000, 10,000 points so that you can be? Or would you prefer I leave you as you are? Yeah, you'd need to do exclamation point or exclamation points, I think. Yeah, gamble all also works.
That's it. The other sector should be open now. I think it's time I told Emily why I'm here. I'll risk it. You two should get to know each other.
So I do offer Autumn what I call gambler's insurance. So once per stream. Oh, hang on. It didn't look like it went through. One thing I'll never need. Hey, if you rub it in, dork, trust me. I understand my gambling system is very lenient. No, it's not for Cloudbot or Nightbot. It's for Cloudbot. Apologies for doing editing mid-thing. Hang on a minute. Should work. Autumn, do exclamation point points for me. Ooh. Guess what I just found, guys? I just found the cooldown commands. But, here's the thing, Dork. I'm going to shorten the cooldown to every 30 seconds. But, for your remark earlier, there will be other changes. There we go. All right. Maintenance level this way. I want to go back to the janitor's office right quick. Say hi to Ahti. I can just run. I can just say, nah, I don't want to deal with it. But nothing to say, Ahti? Just... no? Okay. There we go. Book Club Lopez. Unless You. These days, most novels intertwine the coming of age with either a contrived dystopian setting or a tragic romance. Unless You manage to do both. Protagonists and love interest search for a curative virus called the Fix, simultaneously killing her and spreading across the whole world. Find the cure, they go on expeditions to dangerous uncharted territories. People all live in walled cities now because of dystopian future. And along the way, they just have to fall in love. I like how we never have to know if the fix was ever actually fixed. The ending was bold. The main character succumbs to the fix when she's so close to the cure and commands her love interest to go on and save the world. She knows it's the end for her, but that the job can still get done. She dies out in the unknown, alone, surrounded by danger, but never loses sight of the goal. It's a good soldier's death. I give this book a 3 out of 5. I feel most teenage angst is a little lost on me, but I recommend it to my brother's kids. Shatter projectile choke. Tighter grouping then. So let's, if this is the maintenance sector. Thresholds. Place in flux. Thresholds appear with no warning. What is will contain a question. You can only answer once it manifests. Thresholds are dimensions vibrating on a certain frequency different from our own. When these frequencies match, the threshold will manifest in the oldest house, which acts as a catch. Others theorize thresholds are parallel universes or possibly our own reality at a different point in time. Some believe our collection of altered materials affects the house or attracts the thresholds. We don't know for certain that thresholds are not permanent. Eventually their frequency will shift. Some believe Earth itself is just another threshold connected to the oldest house, who is actually rooted in some other reality. This theory, while impossible to disprove, causes some consternation in those who learn of it, so is actively denied. Field patrol. Blocked off. All right.
Jesse, you made it. And you lifted the internal lockdown.
Let's talk, Emily.
Yes.
Listen, Emily. Screw it. Just tell her. I haven't been completely honest. I have a younger brother, Dylan. When we were kids, we found an old slide projector in Ordinary's landfill. The slides created doorways to other places. Bad things happened. Came through.
That's all she gets. The rest stays locked inside.
But we found help. Through one of the doorways, we met something. A being.
A being? What kind of being?
It's hard to describe, but she helped us. We managed to turn the projector off. The bad things that came through the doorways were gone. After that, your people came. Tried to grab us. I ran away. They got Dylan.
I left him behind.
Bureau agents took your brother?
Yes. You covered it up. No one believed me. I just want to find Dylan. I've been looking for him ever since.
What happened to the slide projector? It sounds like another object of power.
I thought you took it. The Bureau. Along with Dylan.
I've never heard of it. But around here, assume everything's classified. You know, I looked into the Ordinary AWE case files after you mentioned it. Trench and Darling were both involved. A large area of the containment sector was reserved for it. The case hasn't been active for a long time. I have no idea if anything's still there. Can you tell me more about this being you found?
Let's hope you two get along.
She's been with me ever since Ordinary. In my head. She led me to you. I call her Polaris.
As in a guiding star. Did Polaris know about the Hiss? If she got you in here in spite of the lockdown, she's very powerful. Which may help explain your test results. Your readings are incredible, Jesse. Now, cross-referencing them with the database, I found 2 matches in Darling's old classified files. Unfortunately, I can't access them beyond the file codes. But one was P6, referring to a prime candidate for a potential future bureau director. This was logged years ago.
Dylan. Is that Dylan?
The other match is on something called Hedron, which must be connected to these Hedron resonance amplifiers somehow. All I know is that Marshall went to the research sector to secure the HRA production after the Hiss first attacked.
So, Marshall seems like our best lead on Dylan.
I need to go after her. How can I get to the research sector?
Use my keycard. The sector elevator will take you there.
Level 3, baby.
Marshall is the next step. What Emily told me about Ordinary, my powers being connected to things in the Bureau's past. I am so close to something. Do you feel it? Something's coming.
We take turns to come for a visit. I helped you. You owe me now. And when time comes, I will come calling.
All right.
I heard the Hiss attack the power plant. Brings up a lot of new questions. Are they communicating? Coordinating? What about the plant attracted them?
The power plant is largely confidential. No use guessing the Hiss's motives if we don't even know what kind of energy it uses.
What do you mean? It has to be a fusion reactor. There's no other way to create that kind of energy output, right?
Never assume. Targeting hit. Kill enemies in the executive using the launch. Kill enemies in the executive sector. Kill them with headshots. And I don't have charge yet. I can construct spin. Fuck yeah. Exclusive to Grip, Pierce, Spin.
I saw Trench and Darling arguing a couple weeks ago. Trench was furious. You don't think Darling...
Don't be stupid. Your golden child had to gain from killing the boss.
Shatter recoil efficiency. The America Overnight program has operated successfully for over however many years. Let's see. Originally designed to assist in providing disinformation to the naturally skeptical population in America, has additionally led to discovery. Huh. It alerted the Bureau of blank and blank in its first year alone. Kellogg and categorized each episode of America Overnight that has resulted in a successful Bureau investigation in order to help AW occurrence analysis. The more blank results of Night Springs have also been cataloged in a separate report. Okay. Music box still. We've seen it contained, especially in the executive. That's cool. Launch headshots. There we go. And Dork, I'm not sure if you were here when I said it. If so, forgive me. But I managed to find the override for for the timer cooldown. It now is possible to gamble every 30 seconds. Which I left, because in theory I could make it possible for every second, but I'd like to avoid a certain amount of spam. You also notice some other changes, not the least of them being that, added cute little bits of messaging, like keep trying and all that sort of thing. Want to make sure people aren't being discouraged. Dead presidents. To whom it may concern, I am being contacted by the past presidents of the United States of America. They appear as spirit guides, give me their wisdom. John Adams keeps saying I need to fix America, but I can't really understand them. They all have a lot of opinions. People tell me I'm imagining it, but Theodore Roosevelt showed me how to fix my lawnmower, and I don't know a thing about lawnmowers. Explain that. I have great dead men telling me about the past and the present. If you'd like to use my abilities to help run the government, please let me know. I know the White House could use me. Yours in earnest, James Bartholomew. Interesting. Book Club, Penny. Currently discussing Unless You by J.D. Brooks. We have seen some of that. Did that blow up in the TV recording, or? So far, liking it quite a bit. Also, look, I made spin. Ah. Trying to kill enemies with headshots. Christ alive. Okay, fine. There. Fake planes. Airplanes aren't real. I figure out how they do it. The windows are TV screens. The whole thing moves on big tracks. Airports are more like train stations. They do this because the sky is full of monsters they don't want us to know about. The planes we see in the sky are the monsters. The government made the Earth trains that look like monsters so they could lie to us better. Don't contact me. Great content. Alright, cool. One more and then I should be able to turn these in and then just, you know, keep going with the actual quest line. Well, hey, I can finally get in here. The only thing that I've seen that I can't get through with my current level 3 clearance is I've seen some level 5s as far as around the maintenance sector. But yeah, so far, having fun. Just trying to clear what I'll generously call some dailies. Oh, that's interesting. So that corresponds to the dodge button. I sometimes forget that I have buttons underneath my fingers. Come on. I need, like, just a couple more enemies. Enemies? Hello? Tea time. Tea time is at 7. See you on the course on Sunday morning. Heard about the Tennyson report. A bunch of copies drift around the office. Trench is looking to get his hands on any information about who wrote it. Wouldn't have heard anything about that. Huh. Alright, well. We're back to the hotline room. And this leads us back out. Just looking to find like 3 more people. This was among the first shelters I found. Wonder if there's a guaranteed way to reload the map.
Reminder, if you experience unanticipated
Maybe reloading the area or something would help. Oh yeah, and there's this one clearance level 4 that I can't get into. Research. Let's see, para-utility. Unique in their capacities to grant certain individuals paranatural. The potency of these abilities depends on the person using the particular object of power. As an example, they can throw a distance of blank, while others are only capable of flow blank. What exactly determines an individual's paranatural competence is unknown, but is largely believed some blank exists within the body that, like all muscles, can be exercised. Continue my analysis. I have officially requested access to the Northmore records, considering he's one of the most accomplished para-utilitarians that Brio has ever seen. Dr. Darling is still considering this request. Control parameters versus triangle parameters. Well. All right. Collect that reward. Collect this reward. So we got war games. We need to get Astral Tactician with 25 of them. I'm so close with that one. Maintenance sector, maintenance incursion.
The proper facilities.
I have 2.
In the containment sector. I'll put in the request with Pope.
Where can we fast travel to? Guess we'll try Dead Letters. Hooray! They got me. Oh well. You'll sustain lethal damage if you fall too far. So there is some kind of fall damage. I was wondering that in the executive department. Alright, I'm going to set myself right here. And I think I'm going to take a break for right now. Just because I need to make a call, because I haven't really gotten any results back yet, so. We'll see about my thing, what's going on. About my test when I say my thing. But for now, this has been very fun. Oh, and we could do mission select as well. But I'll be back in good order shortly enough. Just need to take care of a thing or two. For now, catch you on the flip side.